Hi, welcome back to Weybroon Van. We're heading off on our travels again.
Today we're going off to Marrowgowan Caravan Club site up at Killin.
Yeah, it's going to be good. We'll take some shots of the road as we go. And as always, what I usually like to do now is take the camera that I'm using off the little stand and clip it on to the front windscreen. Trish, you got your camera ready?
Yeah, you go for it.
You filming?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So here we go. So you can now see me on Trish's phone. This is the camera that we use day to day doing vlogs. It's the DJI Osmo Action. So I've got this on a little clippy system now. This is called a Ulanzi Quick Claw. It means that I can just clip it off this mount and put it onto the mount on the front windscreen. So I'll do that now. It just clips on like that and it's ready to film. Simple as that. We're testing out the voice activation commands on the camera.
Stop recording.
Be more assertive, Trish.
Stop recording.
Stop recording.
Okay, you're videoing.
Start recording. Stop recording. Stop recording. Stop recording. Stop recording. It usually works for me, but not always. Stop recording. That's us arrived at Killin. It looks like a really lovely place. You just come through the little village and over the bridge and the campsite is just right there. So like I say, it looks a fantastic little place. We'll check that out later on. Trish has just went to get us checked in into the reception and we'll have a wee drive through the campsite. Hopefully not our normal 3 times round. Right, that's us, we're all set up. Now we just need to go to reception and tell them what pitch we're on. We've come out for a walk with Kira, just round the corner from the campsite. And we've spotted a wee castle. Not what we were expecting to see, is it? Eh?
No.
Finlarig Castle. It's on private property. The ruins of this castle and mausoleum are dangerous. Anyone walking in or near the buildings does so at their own risk. Let's do it. Any useful information?
Yeah, there was a beheading pit. Do you love a gory story?
A beheading pit?
Yeah.
Blimey.
It was on record used many times for executions of enemies of the Campbells and noble criminals. After they had been sentenced on Judgment Hill, common criminals were dispatched from the hanging tree.
Okay, the hanging tree.
It says it's still there northeast of the castle, and when the main branch was cut down in the 1920s, it had a deep groove in it, no doubt from the hanging ropes.
Right, well let's see if we can find these things. Feels like a little bit of a bonus. Wasn't expecting to find this here. We walk around this side. There's a bit of a deep pit here. Don't know what that would have been used for. Be careful, Kira. Be careful. And here's the open ruin on the other side. Let's go inside and have a little look. Through this way. Oh, I can see that they've put some barriers up. This is probably where it gets a little bit dangerous. That way. Yeah, it looks safe enough. I wouldn't be coming in here if I thought it was dangerous to me. I'd be saying, no, I'm out of here. That actually looks okay. They've got to cover themselves with these things, I suppose, haven't they? Right. Do you think that might be the pit where they threw the heads?
The heading pit?
Yeah. Do you think it might have been this?
I don't think so, but...
It's the only pit that I could see. You could get a few heads in there. Couldn't you?
Definitely.
Right, what about the tree? Can we find the tree?
Well, you need to know where it was.
There's something else round there, look. Yeah, here we go. Look at this. This must be the mausoleum. Again, it does look a little bit dodgy. There's a coat of arms up there that I can see. I think this must be the mausoleum. Did you get a wee photo?
I think so.
I'm going to go up and have a wee look. Yeah. This is all brickwork. The arch is all made of brick, and then there's some natural stone above that. Some arched windows on this side. Oh, need to be a limbo dancer to get through this. I'll bend down. That's me through. And this is what it's like on the other side. Climb up here and get a view from the top. That's it. Really interesting. I love this old stuff. Lots of bricks down here that have obviously came tumbling off the walls at some point, along with some of the old stone. Back through. Oh! There we go. Trisha's going up the hill and I'm following her because we've just met one of the locals who said that the hanging tree's up here. You'd expect it to be up a hill, wouldn't you? That's where they usually did it, so that everybody could see. They were a gruesome lot back then. And there it is, the hanging tree. So the branch from which they would hang people is not there anymore. But that's the tree, all right. And that's where they would swing. Before we head back to the campsite, we have a final look around Finlarig Castle. It dates to the 1400s and was bought from the Drummond family by the Campbells in 1503. They had it for about 300 years and were responsible for the hanging tree and the beheading pit. And the burial chapel was replaced by the mausoleum, which was used between 1827 and 1923. A book is now available on Amazon telling the gruesome heritage of the castle's almost 1,000-year history. That was a great wee walk, wasn't it?
It was lovely. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, well, seeing as we're here, we can show you around the campsite. Obviously we're in the heart of hill walking country here. You can see the hills up in the background. Lots of motorhomes, camper vans and caravans. So that I would say is the main part. And then we're over in this little area here. It's a little bit more secluded. It's quite a big long site, this one, isn't it?
Yeah, long, thin. 2 rows.
And that's us at our pitch. So we've just got the one side panel on, and we've put these storm straps on this time in case it blows up a little bit. That's a beautiful little spot we've got, just looking out over the river Loch Tay, that is. Yeah, very nice. I could see myself just sitting here, putting my feet up, having a wee dram. That's going to happen tonight. Time for something to eat. Looking forward to this. Fish fingers.
Beans and chips.
Aye. Sausage, beans and chips for me. One of these is for Kira. A great end to the first day. We're just going to chill out here now. We'll watch the river for a little while because there just seems to be so much going on over there. And yeah, this will do us for the first day.
Yeah. Daddy's got your sausage.
Right, ready to go?
Yep.
We're just heading out the van. We're going for a wee walk today, and we're going to Loch Tay. We're just going to skirt around the edge, one of the edges of Loch Tay, and then it's a circular walk that's going to take us round to the falls of
Dochart.
Falls of Dochart, and it might even involve a wee pub stop.
Yeah.
If we're lucky. Come on then, let's go. On the way, the woodland's undergrowth is adorned with bluebells, the true Scottish ones, not yet invaded by their Spanish relatives. We've named this the prickly tree because it looks like it needs a shave. We're not sure, but there may have been an old railway here. Through the gate, there's a sign about no littering. It's a shame that some people need that reminding. There's a clearing behind this tree, and it's our first chance for a while to let Midge out of the bag, and off she goes over Loch Tay. Loch Tay is very long and thin, 23 kilometres long, but we're just walking the very short west end. Trish is taking a photo of the Bug Hotel tree, or rather, one of the guests. And this is Kira's den tree. We pass under the arch tree, and the walk's taking us over the old Killin railway bridge. This line connected Killin to the Callander and Oban Railway. It opened in 1886, mainly for tourists,
for steamers on Loch Tay until it closed in 1965. After the walk, we think we deserve to pile on some calories, and we stop in at the Campervan restaurant in Killin to end the day out.
Cheers. It's another day. We're just finishing off our lunch with a wee cup of coffee and a wagon wheel.
Totty.
Aye, they're totty.
Totty wagon wheel.
I can remember wagon wheels were bigger than that. They were bigger than that in my day.
Yeah.
It's no bad wee spot for lunch though. We're sitting outside the van. Got views over the river Loch Tay there, which is flowing away quite nicely after all the rain that we've been having.
The river Loch Tay is one of the two rivers that flow into Loch Tay. The other one is the Dochart, and this afternoon we're going to head over to the falls of Dochart to see them. They're supposed to be quite spectacular, so I'm looking forward to that. And then after that we're going for a nice bit of dinner to the inn at Dochart, and there's also a smokehouse there which will get wee samples, I think, of lovely hot smoked salmon done with the whiskey, and smoked salmon with whiskey, and I think they also do cheese with the whiskey, so everything with whiskey, which will keep Mike very happy.
I'll be very happy indeed. Well, we took a little bit of a soak in there, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
We've got the waterproofs on. Honestly, the weather this week, it just doesn't know if it's coming or going.
No, but we've learnt the lesson. Packed waterproofs.
We have. The waterproofs are permanently in the bag. Anyway, we're heading to the falls now. At least we'll be dry when we get there.
We've arrived at the old River Dochart viaduct, and like the iron railway bridge we walked over yesterday, it opened in 1866 and closed when the railway line did in 1965. It's a Category A listed structure and is Scotland's earliest concrete viaduct. It stands 37 feet high, and it's the 5 arches that are made of concrete. I'm struggling a bit to get far enough away to take a decent shot, and I need to fight my way through the undergrowth to get this shot, but it was worth it. The path along the viaduct takes us to another bridge at the Falls of Dochart. On one side, the islands are the ancient burial place of the clan MacNab. On the other side, the misty spray rising from the waters crashing against the rocks in the River Dochart. Some people are venturing out onto the rocks for a bit of fun and a closer look, while others are taking advantage of the background for a selfie. We decide to do the same, and we've headed onto the rocks for a selfie, but it's never easy getting Kira to face the camera. It's lunchtime at the Falls of Dochart Inn, and we've got the best seats in the house beside a roaring fire. And we're treating ourselves to a truly Scottish lunch of smoked salmon and haggis, neeps and tatties.
It's going to be good. Excellent.
And Trish has the vegan option.
Another morning. We probably ate too much yesterday. It was good though, wasn't it? We got back to the van. It was a beautiful night. Big full moon, so there was. So I tried to get a photograph. I'm not a photographer. Only got a wee point and shoot camera. I think it came out no bad.
Yeah, it did really good.
But today, after eating all that, it's payback day.
For you?
Right, for me. So I'm going to do a couple of hills, couple of mountains. Ben Glass is 1100 metres. Ben Lawers is 1200 metres. So they're big boys. Just to put that into perspective, Ben Nevis is about 1300 metres. So the two hills are kind of joined by a little bit of a ridge, which I'm hoping isn't too narrow. So I've got my backpack ready to go. Time to head off.
Good luck.
There's an impressive start point to this walk, with modern sculptures as you enter the Ben Lawers Nature Reserve, famous for some rare plant species. and the odd teenage mutant ninja turtle. I feel that the walk is being kind to me and breaking me in gently. If it's all like this, it's going to be a doddle. The gate and fencing is to keep the red deer out of the nature reserve. There's a great diversity of Arctic alpine plants here. I'm taking the weight off for 5 minutes and just having a little drink. I can see some other walkers making their way towards me, and it's the jolt that I need to get moving again. There's a steady incline on this section, and I'm still feeling quite fresh, but I'm conscious of the low clouds that I'm heading into. It's starting to get a bit more difficult, and I'm just glad that I've got the walking poles with me. The clouds are fair rolling in now. That's where I'm going. Up that way, so the visibility is really poor. At first I think this is snow, but it's not. It's just a quartz boulder. That is snow. And there's some more snow as I approach the summit. I'm at the top of Ben Glass, and the visibility all round is looking very poor. The ridge walk over to Ben Lawers looks like I'm stepping into the unknown. So I'm taking baby steps and watching carefully where I'm going on this stretch. I'm glad to be over the ridge walk. I think it looked worse than it actually was because of the poor visibility. And as I head up Ben Lawers, the clouds are still rolling in. The pathway is really well maintained, and looking up, I can see a lot of walkers on the way down. Am I going the wrong way? Many of them emerging from the clouds in a criss-cross fashion. I've reached the top, and it's customary to touch the cairn to complete the hill walk. So that's me, I made it to the top. I'm having a wee bite. I've put this warm jacket on because your body temperature can drop quickly when you sit down for a rest. So I'm going to have this little bite and head back. Shame about the views. At least I got Midge, our wee drone, up on the way up. Can't put the drone up here, unfortunately. But you know, you have to take it as it comes when you go up the hills. It's not all about the views, I suppose. It's about the sense of achievement, the challenge. And I've really enjoyed the challenge. I've enjoyed every minute of being up here. You can see what it's like. Misty and cloudy everywhere. So I'm going to have my lunch, head back. But I've really enjoyed it, I have to say. Had a great time. On the way down, I can't believe my luck. Suddenly the cloud base rises, and I'm able to get Midge up in the air from this point between the two Munros. and from the top of Ben Glass, it feels like I'm on top of the world.
Right, we're back at the van, just catching the last of the sunlight.
Lovely.
And I was so pleased to have got that drone shot in the end. Didn't think I was going to get a drone shot at all, but to get that one on the top of Ben Glass really made my day.
A stunning shot, that. Very stunning.
So we'll wrap it up for there. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Ta-da!